Alright, so today we are going to be taking a look at a match I just had with a pretty skilled player. His name's Rekno, and he has his own channel. You should probably check him out. Yeah, I had a really interesting match here. I was testing out a no spell challenge that I've been doing, and I elected to use a pretty underused unit, the shadowrath, which is actually really powerful, and I just wanted to show you in this video just how strong that they are for damage, even against an experienced player like Rekno here. So he's electing here to do the double Archidon tower spawn start, which has become pretty popular in recent days. The tower spawn only costs 100 crystal. You can get it really early, but I send out this early shadowrath and I start working on my own tower spawn. I'm gonna chase him down here. I'm gonna completely ignore that Spiriton because the thing doing damage to me right now are those Archidons. I'm gonna take out the first one. I'm going to chase down his second one and take it out with a hit right here. And now, instead of garrisoning this Shadowrath because it's at low health, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lure this Tower Spiriton over here because you can't control it. I'm gonna parry him to make him deal less damage to my Shadowrath, and I'm gonna get my own Tower Spawn Spiriton to help keep my unit alive, and I'm actually gonna turn that into a push. While I'm doing this, I'm building more miners because this start does leave me pretty weak for eco. Now I'm gonna chase down his miners and force him to garrison and get a few hits in on his statue, which, as you're gonna see here, even just with one Shadowrath, we're gonna take down a pretty good amount of his statue. I'd say that's about 200 or so hit points. Now this is where the point where I garrison this one, because now he's like about 50 HP left, and I'm gonna continue building my economy. And as soon as I get enough, I'm going to get Xiphos to help with dealing with basically as a frontline shield for my Shadowrath alongside that tower spawn. It's interesting. My tower spawn's just going to keep being annoying here, but with his Castle Archidon, he'll make short work of it. Well, it will do damage to his miners over time. I started building Xiphos, and I'm working on my second tower spawn tier. And at this point, I have about 10 miners. I'm going to get the last 2, and then I'm just going to start working on Shadowrath too, because the goal of this deck is very early game based deck. It's not with no spells and nothing really besides Shadowrath. It's not really meant for late game. I meant to shut down matches early. So right now I'm going to get Xiphos here. He's going to run up to the front or up the tower, make sure that stays shut down. My tower spawn Spiriton is actually going to take out one of his miners here, but as you can see, he has a couple of Spiritons trained up for when I push again. Yeah, I think right now he only has about 6 miners because I've kept harassing his eco with the tower spawn. I have one shadow up here. I have a second shadow coming up here, and my second tower spawn tier has been finished. And as soon as that starts coming out, I'm going to press an attack onto him because this might not look like much of an army, but it is very effective. You're just going to see that right here. He's going to garrison his miners, which is pretty smart because you can't really afford to lose any more eco. But I'm just going to rage right here and get a bunch of damage in on his statue. Just watch how fast it goes down. I'm already at half his statue health before he even got his units out to distract my other units. He's going to take out one of my shadows, but with my Spiriton tanking in front, and now with Xiphos to help tank for those Shadowrath that are just pummeling the statue, it's just going to whittle it down, and even with that toxic debt, he's not going to be able to stop me in time to save it. Yeah, that was actually a really quick match. I was pretty impressed with the results, so that's why I decided to record this. But yeah, Shadowrath are really powerful. Don't underestimate them. They don't look like much. I only had 2 shadows and a Xiphos with that tower spawn, But that's all I needed to take down a tower, because he didn't have enough of a defense to handle it. And he let those shadowrath connect to the tower before he could distract them with other units like his Spiritans. So yeah, that's just about it for this one. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm using a new account here, that's just because I've been having issues with a bug in the game that makes it extremely difficult for me to log into my main account here, which is at right up here, which I worked a lot to get this up here, but I'm pretty much going to be done using this one for a while, and I'm going to be testing out new challenges and strategies on an alternative account. And so feel free to recommend anything to me you want to see happen, because I'd be more than glad to give it a shot and see how far I can go with it. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you guys for watching.